Hello, my name is Pablo Stanley, and this is part of a crash course on Figma's auto layout. In this lesson, we're gonna create a typical pricing page. It's a pretty common pattern, but we wanna add multiple plan options, and we want it to look clean with a price popping up. So we'll use auto layout to organize the price, features, and the CTA, then create a list of the different features, and then organize the plan options. We'll also create a recommended plan to make it more prominent and explore different ways of how the cards can behave in a responsive layout. So that's it. Let's get started. Okay, so first, let's take a look at what we're going to create. First, we have our card with a plan, with all the different information, just like the price and all that stuff on the top, and then all the different features, and then a button on the bottom, and also an image on the top. And all of this is being contained inside one box. And also we have that same element, but with a different padding. As you can see here, has more padding and also a different background. Pretty easy to do. And also you're going to see that the spacing in between them, you want them to be the same. You want them to be stacked together in a horizontal way. So there are multiple auto layouts being played here. If we were to resize this, you're going to see that everything falls into place inside it, and it remains the same space in between it, because all of this container itself is also an auto layout. Okay, so for this, we're going to use different resources. We're going to use a button. We're going to also use the blush plugin for this illustration, and also some text. I already created some text, so I'm just going to instead of typing everything, let's just get started with that. So first thing is just our information on the top that says what type of plan it is, the price, and also does it apply per year, per month, and all that stuff. So I'm going to select this text and press Shift A, which will create an auto layout. Shift A, boom. Now we have the auto layout here in the inspector. And as you can see, it already detected to make it in vertical direction, but I can change it to horizontal if I wanted to, but we don't want that. So let's just keep it in vertical. Also the spacing, already 8 pixels, but if we wanted more, we can change that to more. Let's keep it at 8 pixels. And here, the spacing between it, I think the default is okay. Let's just do that. We have our first auto layout that is going to be the information on the top. Now let's do the rest of all the features that are listed. But instead of doing just one text with all like one gigantic text, we want to add a check mark on the left of this. So we have to create a component for this. So I'm going to just keep this text on the side. I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm just going to select that first line. We only want one line, just one line. And also I'm going to add one icon here. I already added some assets here, some icons. So if you open this file, you're going to be able to just get all these files too, just these assets. Okay, so we have this. I'm going to change this to 16 pixels. 16 pixels should be good. And now I'm going to create an auto layout with these two elements, the check mark and this text. So I'm just going to press Shift A. Boom. Now we have this. Let's change this name to row benefit. Boom. Now we have that, and let's change the spacing between these two elements. Right now, instead of 10 pixels, let's change it to 8 pixels, a little bit tighter. And now we have our first benefit, but we want a full column of all the different benefits. So I can just start duplicating, right? And now I'm going to select all of these, and I'm going to apply an auto layout to all of these too. So I'm going to press Shift A, and now these are going to be called benefits here. It's really important to name your layers correctly. That way you know what you are creating. But something that I'm realizing, I'm going to be reusing this a lot. So maybe I should have created this into a component. So I'm going to turn it into a component. Over here, really easily, I just create a component over here. I'm going to put it over here, so I just remain the original here on the side. And actually, I'm going to just copy it and then paste it here on the row that we already created. I'm going to delete all these because these are not components. And now I'm going to duplicate this one again. So duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. the same as we did before. The advantage of having created a component is that I can change the spacing or anything here on this side. For example, instead of 8 pixels, let's say that 0 pixels, the spacing, or 16 pixels, I change it in one place and it changes across wherever I'm using it. That's the cool thing about this. So, okay, so we have all of this. Now we have this text on the side. I can just copy, paste all of this text, but this is boring. So I'm just going to fast forward all of this, okay? Okay, cool. So I don't need this anymore. We have pretty much most of the information ready. We have our benefits, which is one auto layout, and we have the information on top. Let's call it pricing on the top. Now we have these two, and now we want to add a button below. Okay, so let's do that by just saying choose basic. Choose basic, that's going to be our button. And actually from this text, I'm going to create a button and I'm going to use auto layout to create that button. I'm going to press Shift A, boom, Shift A. See how it already added some padding around it and it's putting it around it, but it's transparent so I can add a fill to it. I already created some colors here. You can use your own. I'm going to put this one, I'm going to change the color of the text to white. And there you go. Now we have something that is starting to look like a button super easily here with auto layout. I'm going to add a little bit of rounded corners to it. Boom. And now I want to add a little bit more padding here on the side. So we can do that by pressing here. And here you control the padding on the top, bottom, left, and right. If you want it to be consistent across all of it, you can just change it here. But if you want it to be different, then you can open this and say, you know what? I want it to be 24 on this side and 24 on this side. And then 12 pixels on the top, 12 pixels on the bottom, and now it looks like a chunky button that you want people to just say like, yes, I want to choose basic. Okay, I'm going to also change this to be a little bit bolder. There you go, so it's a little bit better. And that's it. Okay, cool. So we have all of our elements. Now we can choose all of them. This auto layout, and the button. And now I'm going to create an auto layout with all of them. Press Shift A. Boom, now we have an auto layout between them. I'm going to say that it has 24 pixels in between them. So that's important why you want to break apart your sections. You want a space in between this only to be 16 pixels. The space in between this, maybe actually 4 pixels will be nice, just to keep it tighter. And then the space in between this part and this part to be 24 pixels, right? Just a little bit more white space between them. And that's why you have to break it apart into multiple auto layouts. So, okay, we have this. Now we can add a background color to it, just a fill color, just white maybe will be nice. Also, right now, the background of this, it's also white, so it looked like nothing happened. But actually, if we change the color of the background, you're going to see that something actually did happen. By the way, that's a nifty feature here that you can just change the color of the canvas here. If you didn't know about that, boom, you learn a new thing, my friend. Okay, cool. So now we have of this auto layout, I want to add a little bit of padding around it. Maybe 16 pixels is starting to look better. Now I'm going to add a little bit of rounded corners around this. This is starting to look good. Let me make this a little bit darker just so we can see it perfectly. There you go. Okay, cool. So this is starting to look good. This is starting to look pretty good, actually. Now I want this. This looks good, the button there. But what if I want it to be full size, just like the size of the container? Well, here on the width, on the resizing of the width, instead of saying hot container, hot the contents, you can say fill the container. And now it's filling the container. But oh, what happened here? The text is not center. We want it to be center, so that we can change that here. Instead of by default, it always puts it on the top left, but we want it to be centered like that. Boom, now it looks perfect, and now it looks really good. It reads pretty good. And also, something here, if we wanted this to be center, we could achieve that by also saying, you know what, I want to fill the container, and I want these elements to be centered here, just in case you wanted to do that. But actually, I prefer having my elements to be aligned to the left. So, but if you want your elements aligned to the center, again, you just say, first, you say fill the container and also align to the center here, the elements inside it. Okay, Command C. Boom, now we have all of our elements here. All of this stuff is starting to look pretty good. Now we can add one more, two more actually. Let's add two more plans. This is the basic, maybe the basic should be free, right? Put basic and then let's put the pro, I don't know, maybe it's $19. Let's call it pro and let's call it super pro. The super pro is $99. There you go. Now we have our three plans. Now we can apply actually an auto layout to all of this, to the different frames. We can apply that. And actually, I'm going to also rename them. I like renaming this. Press Command R. I'm going to put them plan. I'm going to just like rename each one of these. And then I'm going to press Shift A. I added an auto layout to it. Now all of these, I can say, you know what? I want it to be 16 pixels, the spacing between them. Boom. And I also want to add a little bit of padding around it. Just a little bit of padding and also add a fill. Just maybe a fill like that, just to contrast with the card. Look at that, it's starting to look really good. Now, something that we forgot is adding an image on the top. It looks pretty empty on the top. So I'm going to open the blush plugin. Let's select the Dayflow one, and I really like the ones that are sitting on the floor because since this is supposed to be a meditation app, we want people to be just like, I don't know, on the floor meditating. So let's create just an image, maybe around 64 pixels of height, and then just like copy it, just paste it here on the plan. Let's put it all the way to the top. Let's do the same here, all the way to the top. The cool thing is that since this is an auto layout, see how easy it is. I just say, A, move it up, move it down with Command left bracket, Command right bracket. Look at that. I can just move it around, but you can also do that here on the layers list. I'm going to put it all the way to the top, and I'm going to say that these, I want them to fill the container on the width. Fill the container so they are centered. I'm going to open the blush plugin again, and I'm going to just randomize this. So I'm going to just like select these images. If I just select them, it opens the thing so you can just customize the images, but I'm just going to randomize it because look at it. Just randomize and it gives you a really cool image. That's pretty cool. And now we have all of our plans ready, but I also want one of them to stand out. I want the Pro one to be the one that people select. So for that, I can say, you know what? I want it to stand out so I can change the color of the background, but I can make it a little bit bigger. So to do that, well, we can just go over here and say, you know what? Instead of 16, I want it to be 32. It's already a little bit bigger, but I also want these to be centered. So I can just select the full frame with all of this and say, instead of being aligned to the top left, I want it to be aligned here to the center. See, now they're aligned to the center. They're looking pretty good, but I want to stand out even more. So in the style, I can just go over here on this auto layout and I can just say, you know what? The background of it, instead of being white, I want it to be, I don't know, like maybe this red, or I'm just going to, no, this red is too much, Pablo. Let's do something like that. And also I'm going to change the action to be black just to stand out. And also the text to be, I'm going to change that to gray right now. And I'm going to change this to white and then this to black. Look at that. No, everything changed, but maybe no, maybe this should be the opposite. So I'm going to just change the text to be white here. And look at that. Now it's looking really good, right? Now it stands out. And with auto layout, I added some padding around it. I center all these things and now it's always center. Look at that. Like I resize this and it's always center. Now, what happens if I want the size of these cards to be responsive to the size of the container. Right now, when I resize, the elements stay the same size. They remain aligned to the center, but they remain the same size. And that's because each of them says the content of the width to be hug the content, hug the content of this. So it's only responding to the content inside it. So we can just adjust this to say, I want to fill the container. So we can actually do this. I can say the one in the middle, the one that I want to stand out, I can say fill container. Look at it, it's filling the container all the way, but maybe this is too much. So maybe we can apply this also to this, fill the container. So they're all the same width and they're all responding to the size of the container. Look at that. It looks like flexible. It's just like, it looks like, I don't know, like elastic. That's the word I was looking for. And it's respecting that padding here. So that padding here on the sides, which is 40 pixels, that's what's driving the size of it. It's maintaining that spacing between the elements of 16 pixels, also a padding of 40 pixels here, which we set over here. And also all these elements inside it, they're saying they're filling the container, and that's why that's happening. But if we didn't want that, I can just come back and say, you know what? I just want to hug the contents. It hugs the contents, they're a little bit tighter, and now it's just like the size of the container, like doesn't affect the size inside it. And that's it. That's our lesson on creating a pricing plan. We learned how to add multiple auto layouts. This is one auto layout, this is another auto layout, this is another auto layout, and then put them all together to create one card. Once we created that card, we duplicated that card, we put them on the sides, and then we created another auto layout. And with that auto layout, we can add a background, we can add the spacing in between the elements, and also we can say that these elements, how they're going to behave inside that auto layout. Do we want to be aligned to the top, aligned to the bottom? Now, I think we want it to be aligned to the center. That looks really good. So, okay, that's what we learned today. This is part of a crash course on auto layout for Figma, and there are other lessons that you can take. Hopefully, I see you there. Thank you.